king of the road.
Thanks again for watching the latest episode of our one-of-a-kind local show. I'm Jim King, here to tell you about the 35th annual Babe Didrikson-Zaharias Golf Tournament and Dinner taking place in Beaumont on Saturday, June 9th. The golf tournament will happen at Brentwood Country Club with an 8 a.m. tee-off. The dinner will be taking place at Holiday Inn Beaumont Plaza later that night. Proceeds from this wonderful tribute go to the Babe Didrikson-Zaharias Foundation, which raises money for female athletes and other students at Lamar University. Stay with me as we cruise back to the Babe Didrikson Museum in Beaumont. Don Van Natta Jr.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
You're a columnist for the New York Times, best-selling author who wrote a book called Wonder Girl about Babe Didrikson, probably the best athlete of all time, female athlete.
She's definitely the greatest female athlete of all time. I argue in the book that she's the greatest all-around athlete of all time. I believe even better than Jim Thorpe. Every single game or sport that she took on, she excelled at.
It's the greatest book I've ever read about Babe Didrikson-Zaharias.
It's a great book. I've got a copy of it, autographed, a great read. It's really important that he's passing on to the next generation how great this woman was and everything she accomplished.
Absolutely. You know, when Babe was born in 1911, women couldn't even vote.
Yeah.
And by 1932, anybody with a radio or a newspaper knew who Babe Didrikson was, because they literally called her Wonder Girl after she had won the AAU Nationals as a one-person team and then went to the Olympics in Los Angeles and won 2 gold medals and tied for the 3rd, and the rest is history.
And you can see her rich history at the Babe Didrikson-Zaharias Museum, located in Beaumont at 1715 East IH-10. The museum is open daily 9 to 5 p.m. except Christmas.
Babe Didrikson of Dallas, Texas, swings the spear 143 feet, 4 inches for a new record.
Of course, a lot of the records in track and field have been broken, years ago, and maybe she wouldn't compete in basketball as well as some of these people do today. But as far as being a golfer, I think she'd be pretty competitive still today.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when you shoot 67 with a steel shaft and a persimmon-headed wood, I'm telling you, and you can beat the guys. They actually measured one of her drives at 327. Now, I don't care where she was playing. That's a long way for a guy to hit.
3 football fields, or a football field.
Yeah, a football field
plus.
And she'd have probably played football if they'd have let her at Beaumont High, but they didn't let girls play football back then.
But this man did. W.L. Pate.
Jim, thanks so much. Listen, King of the Road Show is one of my favorites. You've done terrific ever since you started, and it's so nice to have you telling the stories of Southeast Texas when all the cool guys come into town like Don Van Natta.